Now is former Manhattan prosecutor Jeremy Saland. Counselor, I want to go back to this issue of where Donald Trump will be allowed to be on primary ballots. Maine just became the second state in the country to push him off the primary ballot because of the 14th Amendment, which bans insurrectionists from holding office. In fact, let me read you part of Section 3 of the 14th Amendment. No person shall hold any office who shall have engaged in insurrection or rebellion or given aid or comfort to the enemies thereof. Now, this could reach the Supreme Court. On that court sit many self-proclaimed textualists. What does that mean, Counselor?
So what these judges are going to look to, and we expect them to look to based on their history and how some of them describe themselves, as going to look at the actual text and try to infer and understand what the intent was when it was drafted and when it was enacted. So here we know we're talking about post-American Civil War, which the Union was torn apart, and nobody, the Congress, did not want to see anything like that happen again. Any insurrectionist, anyone, whether they were a congressman or senator, or that term we learned, office holder, the person who holds office, could be in a position to do that again. So they're going to look at why it came to be and what was that plan and intent at the time it was drafted.
So if you are a textualist and Section 3 says that no one who engaged in insurrection can hold office, that's what the text says. Does that mean that Donald Trump can't be on the ballot?
If the Supreme Court and the judges that are there follow through with some of their general thoughts and how we've seen them rule in the past, I would expect that anyone with a basic level of intellectual integrity would say that if a congressperson or a senator who does these same things could not hold office, that is applicable to any office holder, which is the language in the text, and that person would be someone who was and would want to be president, like we have with former President Donald Trump. So I think intellectual integrity says yes.
The issue then becomes, did Donald Trump engage in insurrection? How much do you think the Supreme Court, the justices, the 9 justices, actually want to address that issue to decide whether what Donald Trump did is or was insurrection or providing aid to those who committed insurrection?
Nobody wants to. This should bring pleasure to nobody on either side, meaning a blue or a red. And certainly our judges don't want to do this as well, but they have to do this. They have to take the step. And you know what? They're going to have to decide what that due process element is. Is this a decision by Congress, or does each state make this decision? And if it's going to be state by state, do we have to come forth with a rule of law that each of the states has to follow? And we should have no misgivings here. We are here because of Donald Trump's statements, this sort of ravenous desire and reckless statements to hold on to power. Whether or not you support him or not, we are here because of those statements that led to January 6th.
You mentioned whether or not it's Congress or the states that have the power. Section 5 of the 14th Amendment says the Congress shall have the power to enforce by appropriate legislation the provisions of this article. So Section 5 says the Congress. Norm Eisen, who I spoke to last hour, says it doesn't say only the Congress. How do you think that debate might go?
I think that's fair and accurate. It's not only the Congress, and not only that, there's also further language that the impediment that prevents someone like Donald Trump potentially to serving, who has been deemed an insurrectionist, only that impediment can be removed by Congress. But as a Colorado State Supreme Court pointed out, that's not the question here. The question here is whether and what is that due process. And the Colorado State Supreme Court, the highest court, said we can make that determination. That's why the Supreme Court has to have a rule that all the states can follow. Otherwise, it's going to be mass chaos in terms of who's on a ballot in one state and who's not on another.
Which it is right now. Right now it's chaos, uncharted territory. We will see how deeply the Supreme Court chooses to get involved here. Jeremy Saland, great to see you. Happy New Year.
You as well.